and welcome back to my channel. It's time for another recipe. The new magazine always inspires me. So this is a recipe from the latest Slimming World magazine, August-September 2019, issue 147, and it's on page 46. I think it's part of the promotion for the Fry Light, but it just really did catch my eye. So it's the butternut squash and tomato bake, suitable for everyday easy plan. Serves for 6 cents per serving, or your healthy extra A option for the cheese. Vegetarian, freezer friendly, and ready in 1 hour. So what we need for this recipe is Fry Light, 1 red onion. I did think I had some red onions, but I don't, so I'm going to use 2 small white onions, 400 grams of butternut squash. So I've got a smallish, oh, everything's going everywhere, smallish butternut squash. So you need to peel, de-seed and cut into cubes, so I just need to chop that up. 2 garlic cloves crushed, 2 times 400 grams of chopped tomatoes. Again, I'm working from cupboard ingredients, so I don't actually have 2 cans of chopped tomatoes, weirdly enough, but I do have a 500 gram carton of passata, which will be absolutely fine. 1 vegetable stock pot, dissolved in 100 ml of hot water. We'll find out more about that later. Some red wine vinegar. Where's the front? There. Red wine vinegar. 375 grams of dried fusilli pasta. I have 2 lots of open bags of pasta that need using up, so we'll see how we go with those. And 120 grams of Gruyere or cheddar cheese. So that's to serve 4. Then we've got 2 tablespoons of fresh basil leaves. I don't have basil at the moment. And mixed leaf salad to serve. I'll show you the picture again. So the first thing we need to do is preheat our oven to 180 degrees, fan 160 or gas mark 4. And we need to chop the butternut and onion, so I'll get on with that. Right, so as usual, I've got a frying pan sprayed with Fry Light and preheated, and I've got my butternut squash chunks. And my 2 onions. And I'm going to fry those off for about 8 minutes until they're softened a little. Right, the butternut and onions have been frying for a few minutes. You can see they are a bit browned. I'm just going to add my 2 garlic cloves and fry that for another minute or 2. Garlic was added and I fried it for a further minute, and now I'm going to add the other ingredients. So you want a tablespoon of red wine vinegar, little splash of that, a 100 ml of vegetable stock, so basically a stock pot dissolved in 100 ml of hot water. Then if you have two 400 gram cans of tomatoes, you want to add that, but I just have passata, so I'm going to add that. Some salt, oh sorry, that's pepper, salt and pepper, and I'm going to add some Italian herbs. So I've added some of these Italian herbs, and then we want to give that a good stir and simmer it for 10 to 12 minutes. While my sauce is bubbling and simmering, I've got my pasta shapes. I've actually only got 300 grams here. The recipe says 375, which I probably do have, but I just want to keep a portion of pasta in the cupboard until I replace my pasta, just in case I need a quick fix. So I'm going to use 300 grams and we'll see if it makes less portions, and that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to put some salt in there, add some boiling water, and I'll boil that for about 10 minutes as the sauce. Right, so you can see this is my sauce and it's thickened up really nicely. Just kept stirring it every now and again. The butternut squash is really soft. Then I've cooked my pasta and drained it. So you want to tip that in there. And I've got 120 grams of cheese here. So I'm going to add that into there and give that a really good stir. Once you've given it all a good stir, transfer it into a oven-proof dish. It definitely would take some more tomatoes, but then again, if you're not a tomato fan, maybe using the 500 gram of passata rather than 2 400 gram tins of tomatoes might be what you want to do. And if you do have your fresh basil, then add some fresh basil. And then you want to top with the rest of your Gruyere cheese or cheddar. And into the oven at 180 for 20 to 25 minutes. Yum, yum. This is the butternut squash and tomato bake after 25-30 minutes in the oven. And it smells absolutely delicious, really cheesy. We've got some roasted bits. I did catch a bit because I probably left it in a bit too long, but I'm going to portion it out now and let you know how it tastes. Look at all that cheesy goodness. Yum yum. And there are 4 portions of butternut squash and tomato bake. Even using less pasta, it's comfortably made 4 portions that I'll just serve with salad or stir-fry veg. As I've portioned it out, I've tasted it and it's absolutely delicious. Tomatoey, it's quite an intense tomato flavour because I've used passata rather than tinned tomatoes. The butternut squash has still got a little bit of a bite to it. It isn't fully soft, but I think that's nice. And obviously it's very cheesy and Italian tasting. So that is my recipe from page 46 of the latest Slimming World magazine. Butternut squash and tomato bake. Let me know if you try it, and thank you very much for watching.